Afternoon. Red Oak, Iowa police are investigating an officer-involved shooting. Just before 8 o'clock last night, officers were called out to a home near Highland and Forest Avenues for a welfare check. They came in contact with someone inside who police say then walked out and started shooting at an officer. The suspect then reportedly raised the handgun in an apparent attempt to fire more rounds at the officer. That's when the officer fired his weapon, hitting the suspect. The suspect went to a local hospital and then had to be flown to Nebraska Medicine here in Omaha for further treatment. At last check, they are reported to be in stable condition. No names are being released at this time while the investigation continues. Nebraska Attorney General Mike Hilgers suing